So, this is not going to be me streaming it. This is not going to be me recording this while playing the game because, unfortunately, streaming is not working for me right now. My internet just sucks right now. So this is going to be a bit of a compromise. Now, I've never done this particular kind of setup before, and I was trying to kind of edit that little bit where my window is differently sized or positioned, but haven't been able to figure that one out. So, back to playing Doom. It's been some time, and I will have to say that I'm not really going for looking for every single collectible from now on. This particular level is one that I already cleared. I already got all the stuff. So most of what's going to be going on here is killing monsters and dropping into areas where things have been. I do remember, though, very fondly, how surprising it was when I stepped into this area and all of a sudden came under fire from this Revenant, I believe it is. And the criminally underused grenades. So yeah, I was trying multiple times to upload to Twitch, to upload to YouTube with streams, but my internet just sucks way too bad to even try it. But yeah, it's been fun to be able to return to gaming. I kind of had to take a break from it for a while because I have a bunch of other shit that needs to get done. Got into Dungeons and Dragons, got into Warhammer, which, oddly enough, and I kind of realized it when I was recording this clip around this part that, yeah, my choice in going with the Orc faction is rather appropriate, considering my love for this game.
Lockdown disengaged.
Alright, but I will be interjecting commentary for new players who haven't played this before, so right around in one of these little cubbies you'll find those jump boots that Vega was talking about, along with some ammo, which you can never have enough of. No matter what the game says, it's never enough ammo. One thing I do love, and it took me a little while to remember this, is that you don't need to reload in this game, and it is so beautiful. It is so wonderful not having to worry about constantly reloading every time you stop. Looking at you, Halo. I love Halo to death, but sometimes you just want to be able to just unload on the enemy. Always get maxed out armor and health whenever you can. This is where I kind of made a mistake. I kind of overwent that jump, but that happens. Sometimes you get a little exuberant with the double jump. I'm sure anyone who's played God of War will tell you that sometimes the double jump is a little tricky. I would actually have no real issue with dying as often as some of these games would have if it wasn't for the fact that the loading screens took so damn long. I could have sworn at one point or another I had actually gotten to the point where I could jump up onto the railings that I missed, just those railings there. I could have sworn I was able to do that at one point, but for some reason it's just not doesn't work for me anymore. I could be wrong. It could be just a kind of misremembered memory. Okay, so right around here, I believe it was an Argent energy cell here. The first time I went through. Make sure to get as much ammo as you can. I always can't help but think that Master Chief and Doom Guy would have had so much fun dealing with the Flood, especially if Doom Guy was willing to share some of his toys. Alright, I think we're all good here. Make sure we're all topped off on rockets. Already got gas. I know what's waiting for me down here, and and I still hate it every single time. But I've kind of gotten to the point where I've stopped waiting for them to come to me. I'm a lot more proactive in times like these. Though I would always use the explosive barrels whenever possible. I attribute that dead end to, the shotgun explosion rather than the barrel's explosion. And that should be that. Yeah, you can clearly see my thought process here of, can I make that jump? Probably not. But I can definitely make this one. Now, the great thing about this game is, for me, some of the replay value is not just collecting the various collectibles and getting all those data entries, which I'll probably at one point do a video actually talking about the data entries. Once again, the grenade. That one was not a very good one. But yeah, I'll probably do a video where I go into the little codex entries and go entry by entry and excuse me, and talk about what's in them. Yeah, I'm not wasting actual ammo on these walking health packs, okay? Alright, make sure my preferred weapon loadout is properly taken care of. I was hoping that would do more. And the great thing about replaying these levels is the fact that I know what to expect. So I know to expect Shield Boy here. And I certainly know what to expect waiting for me in that room. And there he is. When it comes to actually knowing when those Hell Knights, I believe they are. I believe they're called Hell Knights. I will admit that when I did that a couple days ago, just bounced a grenade off him and still caused him to be stunned. I was not expecting that. I was not anticipating doing that, but it was hilarious that I did. Yeah, so right around here is one of those little data cards. The one thing about this room that weirds me out is the fact that right there, I just get a warning like, item here, item here. So let's take a quick detour and get you that armor. It's not much. It's already pretty much near topped off anyway. The only thing I really hate is not being able to actually do anything about the enemies that I know are over there. But let's go ahead and get this. Alright, nifty thing that you can easily miss is Red Boy down here. You can tell they clearly deserve to die because they're wearing red. And anyone who knows their Star Trek lore will tell you, you don't wear red. You do not wear the red shirt. The red shirt is basically a death sentence. Now look at you, hot Olivia.
She's carrying. She'll try to use it to open a portal manually into hell.
While the Argent tower is non-functional, the connection to their dimension is still viable. We are at great risk, Dr. Hayden.
I can't help but see that Sorcerer Supreme from Doctor Strange whenever I see her. She should be happy that that glass can't be simply shot through.
Hello, and welcome to the UAC, home of the patented Argent energy filtration system developed by Dr. Olivia Pierce.
It's always so weird to me, the fact that we just saw one of those elite guards. We just saw someone holding the most overtly destructive and extra weapon, perhaps in first-person shooter history, the super shotgun. And they still couldn't even make a dent in these creatures' numbers. Alright, so let's go ahead and focus on Summoner. Super Shotgun may be an amazingly destructive weapon, but I can never get over the fact that it is so slow on the reload. If an enemy is stunned, I'm not wasting ammo on them. I will happily blow an imp right up in front of me, as you can see. Okay. So at this point I was a little confused because what the fuck is causing me to still be registered as in a hostile zone? Obviously one of those zombies, and there it is. But seriously, a single little zombie? That's not enough to warrant a hostile zone. That's a nuisance. That's something that even the failure guards should have been able to take care of easily. Damn slackers. I will admit that I did not think about grabbing the gas at that point, but oh well. Yeah, I already have an abundance of ammo. Alright, so, elite guard right there. One of those little data pads right here. And most interestingly, one of the Doom Guy little miniatures right there. Just an interesting little bit of work to get there, though. This, for the longest time, had me so worried because of how close that thing comes to my head. That was a bit of a... That was a bit hot-headed of me there, but I was able to save nicely. So yeah, one of the Doom Guy minis are right here. The irony of this is that the one thing I don't need to grab very often is health. I mean, I have a bunch of possessed all over the place. What more do I need for health? I do like the entrance of the next big monster. These guys freaked me out when I first saw them.
Presence at unsafe level. Lockdown in effect.
Yeah, not my best choice in armament. God bless it. Alright, so. And I still have to deal with these guys. And that was... Yeah, I was aiming for it really early, but it just was not able to grab it accurately. Let's go ahead and try and take out the big guys as quickly as possible. And revenants. More like annoying cockroaches than anything else. Where'd that flyboy go? Boom! I love killing revenants like that.
Presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Now, as stated earlier, I am intending on actually continuing to find all of the classic maps. Let me just go ahead and try and restock on some ammo. Pretty sure there were some shells lying around. There we go. So, this one, after my first playthrough, when I saw some guides for it, I quickly realized that they didn't include a map for this one for, if you've played it before, fairly obvious reasons. The sheer amount of layered shit that would go into a map of this place is absurd.
The accumulator's energy signature indicates that it is nearing the top of this Argent facility.
If she ruptures that accumulator near the Argent beam, she could open a portal to their world that we will never be able to close.
Alright, so there's another Doom Guy mini located up there. Right around there. Now, I think I remember the first time playing this level, I was thinking to myself, how in the hell am I gonna get that? Not an easy jump. But fortunately, if you're really daring, you can try it from here. Fortunately, though, I would think that from right around here, it'd be a little easier. It's still one hell of an aim game, but it's a lot safer than trying it from down there. Oh, what level was it? It was, Silent Cartographer. I remember that. Silent Cartographer. There was a skull there, and oh my god, trying to get this thing was maddening. I spent like 2 hours trying to get that thing with freaking... It was embarrassing actually getting hit by one of these things. But I spent almost 2 hours trying to get this freaking skull, using grenade and rocket jumps. I killed myself more times than I care to count. I stopped counting at around 50. Usually I'm not one to use rockets for these guys, simply because they are speedy little bastards. Gotta get there. There we go. It's always so fun watching Doom Guy make mincemeat out of some poor, poor demon with his bare fists. Alright, now where's that fucking Revenant? Well, no Revenant, but another one of these. I think go along with the little codex video. That at one point I'm gonna have a video, because you'll undoubtedly notice that fully upgrading weapons requires that you complete certain challenges. I'm planning on making a video where I take a look at each one of these weapons. Thank you for getting right in range. Thank you so much. A video talking about each one of these weapons, showcasing them, and then going for their respective requirements to max them out. I'll probably do that as a final pre-final boss battle kind of video. And if I'm able to get streaming working properly, I'll definitely do it at that point. If not, then I'll just try like this, depending on how successful this works out. So, let's go ahead and max out our armor and carry on our merry way. Alright.
By Argent Energy.
So, as per usual, always keep out an open eye for any kind of ammo, anything that can give you an edge. There we go. Alright, so it's actually on the other side, but the switch to activate this level's classic map is the other side where these little transport pods go. I gotta give Samuel Hayden some props though. Designing this monstrosity. He's a smart guy. He's a dickhead, but he's a smart guy. Boom. And there's the switch. conveniently, we come to the very means of coming right to where the map is. Now, during July, I think it was. And yes, I know the invulnerability power-up we just passed. That was more than available earlier on. But during July, I started playing the classic Doom games, and it was kind of neat. It was interesting. But I just did not really get too far into them before my workload just started getting ridiculous again. It still brings a bit of fondness to my heart, seeing these classic maps. Yeah, if I was able to get streaming working right, thanks a lot, shitty internet, I would happily in my defense, that was to figure out whether or not I could just sit there and wait for it to power back up and carry me right back up. But yeah. If I can get my internet boosted a little bit, get it working to where I can actually stream, because streaming to YouTube or Twitch requires like 4, 5, 6 megabit upload speeds. This connection that I have, at best, gives me about 3.5. That is just not enough to actually do anything. At this point, it starts getting a little nerve-wracking as you continue to ascend, because one wrong slip and you might find yourself falling a very long distance. I remember the first time I ever saw those, I don't know what these things are, but I remember the first time I saw them, I realized, yeah, Argent cells might overload me with Argent energy, but I'm fairly certain the suit is not going to be able to take however much raw power is coursing through there. And I think at one point I got a little exuberant, and found out the hard way that, yeah, it does not allow you to do that. Now, one thing I was actually kind of surprised about, especially, and I was reminded of it by my use of the assault rifle right now, the use of a scope, the use of really long-range options, and how negatively they can be viewed. If I'm gonna use a long-range weapon, I'm gonna stay long-range. And there was one particular mission early on in the Halo Combat Evolved campaign where you had to use a sniper rifle and take out some turret gunners. And I was just thinking, someone's gonna complain that I'm being a bit of a camper. I just know it. But that's not being a camper, that's acting like a sniper. A sniper is not going to be running into the battlefield with their sniper rifle. I'm already topped off with health, so I don't need the walking health packs. It's a point of pride for me being able to do, not necessarily trick shots, but shots where I get my shot around the enemy, around some kind of obstruction, clipping them in the arm or shoulder just right to be able to kill them. we come to my favorite bit. This, and I won't lie, this is my favorite bit in the level. If you played this level before, you probably remember the two things that come down this hallway. First off, Shield Boy here. And secondly, and it's a little touch and go to try and draw him out, but secondly, that Hell Knight. Oh, the Hell Knight. It is fun waiting for him to show his mug. There you are. And that's why I do it too. Look at that. That is art. Cleanly not necessarily clean, but cleanly bisected at the waist. Beautiful. And once again, the grenade gets to showcase how effective it is at administering pain. I'm not going to use bullets on you. So this bit has actually caused me some frustration in the past, because for some reason, there are times when Doomguy just cannot make that jump. So if you're interested in the runes, there's how to get to that one. But sometimes Doomguy just cannot make these jumps, and I don't get why. So right down here we have this basically like super health pack. Very useful. If I were to get one of those before every boss battle, that would just be perfect for me. Okay. Just making sure there's nothing here that I'm not tracking. Munitions crate. Alright. And this is actually one that's really easy to miss. Another red boy. Make sure you get them suit upgrades. She is so close. So close. But ultimately, no matter what you do, you're never gonna catch her in time. So there's not much here except these things. Hologram grenades. I never really use them because I have standards. If it cannot actually kill the enemy, I don't have too much of an interest in it. So this is actually one that requires a bit of bravery, because right down here, and I want to say that typically in the campaign you find that Gauss cannon later on, but I'll have to double check just to be sure. Unfortunately, we don't have to fight our way through the hordes to get back up. Unfortunately, we still have to deal with this particular jump. And I'm still always worried that for some reason the game mechanics are going to decide, yeah, not this time. Alright. So, once again, not wasting my ammo on this shit. Open up a nice gateway right into where we need to be next. Yeah, this loadout, I was actually weighing in on this loadout a little bit because I was trying to think, what do I really need to succeed in this? So while I'm here, this is actually what I was talking about. So the weapons have upgrades available to them. And my thing is, I want to make like a video near the end, like right before the boss battle, where I go through weapon by weapon and I find and I complete the mastery challenges. Alright, Power Up Effectiveness does me no good right now. Yeah. Being a little more hardy would probably be the best bet. I couldn't actually remember which one I had chosen, but yeah. Those Praetor tokens are really useful. Alright.
This is not the end.
I mean, seriously. The opportunity right there. If you just had the assault rifle ready, open it up and bang. Finish her off right there. You might have caused a situation where Olivia goes back into that stream, but you might not either. I do love the fact that even though the super shotgun can quite literally make mincemeat out of almost anything, it still is not enough to put down some of these hardier things. I think when I revisit this level, I'm definitely going to try and max out. I think I actually have already maxed out the combat gauge, but I'm going to try and really finish it off. But okay, this has been a somewhat changed up way, but I'm going to see if it works, and if it does, great. This has been this episode of, or this part of Doom. See you around.